guys, what is up? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess shop. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys saw in the thumbnail, we have 23 sales over $30 to cover today. I'm going to share what I think has been a really big factor in these sales, some advice that I have at the end of the videos. Let's just jump in. You know me, I don't want to waste your time. Your time is precious. First item to sell was a pair of Lucky Brand Lolita bootcut blue jeans. These were in a size 30 and they sold for $30. I like Lucky Brand jeans. I really like their flare leg, wide leg, boot cut, that kind of style. I'm not really grabbing their skinny style anymore. I have had these for a little while, so I definitely took a chance on them, but I know that there is a group of people that enjoy these jeans. Next up was a bundle, and this is a two-piece bundle, one of my faves, just because it's both hiking brands. First item is a pair of North Face men's nylon belted shorts. They were in a size 36. I originally thrifted these for Jeff, but they were just a little bit too big on him. And then the second item in the bundle was a pair of Prana Zion lightweight hiking pants, and these were in a size medium. I just grabbed these probably 3 weeks ago, so they haven't been listed very long. And I actually thought those Prana pants were going to sell on eBay first, so I'm a little bit surprised that they sold on Poshmark. Not complaining, and this bundle sold for $70. Great bundle. Definitely looking for outdoor gear right now. People want to get outside and they're looking for affordable gear to go enjoy hiking, walking, biking, like anything outside right now. Next item to sell was a Lululemon 2020 perfectly oversized sweater or sweatshirt. This was in a size 0. It came from Emika's closet. I had thrifted it actually for her before winter, and she wore it for the winter and just wasn't grabbing it as much. It sold for $45. I definitely got it on a deal and still made money after my kids wore it, which is just crazy. Next item to sell was a pair of vintage 80s bongo jeans in a high rise, and these were a size 26. They sold for $40. I will always grab vintage jeans. I think as long as they're priced under $10, I will take a risk on a pair of vintage jeans because they sell. They almost always sell. Like, I don't think I sit on any vintage 80s or 90s jeans that do not sell. Now, there's definitely certain styles. I'm looking for high-waisted, tapered legs, certain colors, but I can't even say certain colors because I've sold blue, dark, like light blue, dark blue, and black in the last couple months. Vintage jeans, if you see them, take a chance on them. You may be surprised what you end up getting for them. And then, like, obviously take good pictures of them too. Next up to sell was a pair of Salomon X Ultra Mid 3 Arrow hiking boots. Oh my gosh, that's such a mouthful. These were in a size 8 and they sold for $65. I've only had these listed for maybe 2 weeks. I wanted to give you guys a tip. If you don't use Google Lens, this is a great way to find a style and a model number, especially on shoes. I do use it on clothing all the time, but I love this feature on shoes. And if you don't know how to use Google Lens, I'm going to pop a video up here. This is a video where I kind of explain how to use it. It's just super helpful. Definitely one of those apps that I could not live without. When I'm listing, I use it so much. All right, next bundle to sell was a 4-piece bundle. This one sold for $115, and the first item was a pair of Fair Play black joggers in a size 26. These came from my kids. They were purchased brand new. Happy that I was able to get some money back for them. Next item is a Free People black lace top with an open back. This was in a size extra small. The third item is a pair of Levi's 501 black jean shorts, high rise. They were in a size 26. I am always looking for Levi's jean shorts. These are like guaranteed sales, especially in summer. And the last item was a pair of Aritzia jogger pants in a size small. As I said, the bundle sold for $115. And that's great. And everything's black. There definitely was a theme there in that bundle. Next item to sell was a Free People tunic sleeveless top. This was in a size small and it sold for $45. I don't typically grab sleeveless tops, tank tops, even short sleeves, unless they are notable brands, and not because I make a huge profit on them, because I don't. I mean, especially with Free People tunic tops, I'm probably paying $8 to $10 at my local thrift, but what it does is it brings people that shop for these items into my closet. And that's what I use these items for, is more like attraction, bringing people, bringing more views into my closet, having them kind of look through other items, hopefully follow me. I don't make a lot of money on these items, but I do have them for more like the attraction of them. I don't know, do you have brands that you do that with? Do you do the similar tactic? Like, are there items that you know you're not going to make a lot of money on, but you bring into your closet just because of like the hype they bring? I don't know. I want to know, am I the only person that does this? Is this like a true strategy of other people? Let me know. All right, next item. I don't even want to talk about this item because I still have a bad taste in my mouth about it, but it's a pair of Gucci leather square toe boots. They were in a size 7.5 and they sold for $200. And you're probably like, hey Tab, that's great. That's awesome. That's a $200 sale. But what you don't know is that I probably have, it's an estimate, it's somewhere between $140 and $150 into cost of goods for these. So I paid up for these, and then I also got stiffed with a bill of duties and customs when they came, which I was not anticipating. I think there was maybe a little bit of an extra shipping charge in there as well. I don't know, but they cost more than I thought they were going to, and I thought they would sell for more than they did. And I made a whopping $8 after fees. $8 on this item. I am so sad, so frustrated. It's just whatever. It is what it is. I'm trying to expand into a little bit of designer. I'm trying to pay up for some items. I'm trying to get some higher ticket items. But in all honesty, I feel like I just don't have enough experience in it. I purchased 2 Gucci pieces, and I think I just had it in my mind that I wanted to have a couple Gucci items. And both items, I mean, this is the worst. The purse I did make some money on, but I just don't think I'm educated enough to sell those items. I don't know. If you have any advice on designer, drop it in the comments, let me know, because I have like zero advice to other people about designer because I obviously cannot make money off of it. That's so bad. Okay, moving along. Next item to sell was a pair of Lululemon on the fly crop pants. These were in a size 8. They sold within 2 days. And she gave me a 4-star review, which I think is just crazy. And her remarks were everything was great. My only complaint would be is that these must be an older version and the fabric is not as nice as the ones I have from 2 years ago. Thank you. Okay, that is not my problem. I put the style exactly to like the size dot. You know how the size dot has the alphabet and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I put that information into Lulu Fanatics. This is what they are. I put all the information off of Lulu Fanatics into the description. I was not trying to hide anything. And yeah, anyways, thank goodness stars mean nothing. Like, not that they mean nothing, but they really don't have an impact on your sales, and no one can read these comments. I just wish people knew how the stars in the comments worked. Whatever, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. I just was like, really, we're doing this, but yeah. Okay, next bundle was a 3-piece bundle. All 3 of these items I have had for over a year, so I'm so happy to see them leaving, and the bundle sold for $95. The first item is a Ted Baker polo shirt, and this was in a size medium. The second item is a reverse tie-dyed Nevada short sleeve shirt. I did this item up, oh my gosh, like, yeah, probably a year ago when I was still doing my bins shopping. And the third item is a Banana Republic Emerson chino khaki pants in a size 32. Yeah, it's a good bundle. Took forever for these items to sell, and happy to see them going. Moving along, next item is a pair of Levi's wedgie jeans. Oh my gosh, those are the 3 words I use. So I was shortening some titles to kind of play with it. I am no longer shortening titles, so I know I talked about it probably in my last 1 or 2 videos. After the search hacks, I am now going back to what I was using: full titles, descriptive, style, model, color, size, everything. I'm doing my normal titles now. These ones sold for $55 and they kind of fell into those short keywords. Does not mean that I condone this or that I'm saying do this. It's just a couple of the items I didn't change back and I just let them be. All right, next is a vintage denim crop top. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was in a recent thrift haul, actually. It sold pretty quick and it sold for $35. If I could only source and sell these items, I'd be in heaven. This is what I would love to do, just source and sell unique vintage pieces, but I can't source enough of them to make a living off of it, so I will just take what I get and happy when they sell. And that was a quick flip. Next up is a Babaton flowy trench coat in a women's size medium. This item sold in less than 2 days. And the funny thing is, I actually paid up for this item. So I paid $26 for the item. It sold for $100. After my payouts with fees, it's $79 minus what I had in for cost of goods, and that leaves me with a $50 profit margin. Now I am going to have to pay taxes on that, obviously, but that's a pretty good amount. $50 in 2 days. These are the kind of flips that I'm looking for. So I will pay up on an item, and I think my threshold is probably like 50, maybe 75, depending on the item. I will spend 50 to make 50 if I know an item will sell in a couple of days. But yeah, I'm playing with inventory right now. I'm playing with taking some chances, and I have the equity in my business, so I'm able to do that. This one panned out. This one was a good one. All right, next up is a Lululemon Aviva sleeveless black jumpsuit, and this sold for $40. I've had this for quite a while. It just took me forever to get it listed, and it sold in 2 days, so I should have had it listed a long time ago. And then I also sold another Aviva item. It's a pair of Lululemon Aviva purple studio pants. These were in a size 14, and they sold for $45. For keywords, I actually put in here that this would be good for dance or cheerleading, because lots of dance studios or cheerleading teams have specific colors for their club. So I was just hoping that someone whose club colors were purple would find these and want them. But yeah, these sold in like 2 days too, which just blows my mind, because I know Lululemon isn't producing Aviva clothing anymore, and maybe that's the draw to it. But yeah, I just wasn't expecting them to sell that quickly and for what they sold for. Next up is a pair of Keen hiking sandals. These were in a size 9. They sold for $30. I am not picking up Keen stuff as much anymore, more because my thrift store is marking it at like $10 to $14, and I just don't see the selling price to be as high as it used to be. Now, this may be dependent on style and color, but yeah, I was expecting between $30 and $40. So if my cost of goods were lower, I would definitely be grabbing them all the time, but you won't see very many of them in my closet anymore, just because of what my local thrift marks them at. Next item is a Lululemon Gray Love Tee short sleeve in a size 6. This sold for $35. I had this listed for a couple days. It just came from one of my recent sourcing trips. Next is a pair of Levi's black Icon wedgie jeans. These were in a size 27. They sold for $50. These came from Lena's closet. She just gave me a bunch of Levi's jeans that she's no longer wearing. So that's the best, free inventory, but I am going to be passing along the profits to her. And then the last item on Poshmark, but not the last sale we're going to cover, is the Alice and Olivia black silk racerback dress that I just sourced last week, and it sold for $55. I guess Alice and Olivia is still selling. I wasn't sure on the brand. I wasn't sure if it was as desirable as it used to be, but after the sale, I was like, okay, I need to be looking for this. And I actually don't find it very often, so I can't say I'm like gonna sell a ton of them. This is the first time I've come across the brand in like 2 years, but I will keep my eyes open. I will definitely try and find them more. All right, we're gonna go over a couple sales on eBay now. I had a pair of Lems Mezza lightweight trail shoes. These were in a size 9. They sold for $50. I've had these for probably since fall, like a good 8 months. They've taken forever to sell. I don't know why, because they're in excellent condition. They're a US made shoe. They're made in Colorado. They're just a really cool brand. So I thought that these were going to sell quicker than they did, but it is what it is, I guess. And the second item on eBay is a Lululemon Swiftly Tech short sleeve crew neck in a colored teal. This was in a women's size 8, and it sold for $30. This is a little bit lower than I would like to see. I've had the item for 2 months now, and it's just been a really slow item. Like, not a lot of action on it, even in Poshmark. Her and I did a little bit of counter offering back and forth, and I just agreed to 30 because I just want to see it go, and this gets the money back into my business to try and find better pieces. All right, that's eBay, and now Facebook Marketplace. So I haven't really been listing much over to Facebook Marketplace until recently. I go in spurts of doing it, and I think more just because I don't like the organization of all of it. I had 3 sales on Facebook Marketplace, 2 of them clothing, 1 of them a household item, and the household item sold for $450. So we're gonna do that one last. First item was a vintage yellow Minnesota sweatshirt in a men's XL. This sold for $60. I had it listed for like 3 hours when it sold, which really surprised me. And I had just thrifted this also a couple weeks ago when we were in Winnipeg. The second item to sell on Facebook was an Arc'teryx Zoa hoodie fleece sweater, I guess, in a women's size large. This sold for $60. I did have it listed probably for a week, and it wasn't selling on any of the other platforms. There was a lot of likes through Poshmark, but no one was pulling the trigger on it. I was happy that it went through on Facebook because I don't have seller fees on Facebook right now. I guess maybe in the region I live in, there's just no seller fees. So that's awesome. I like that. And then the last item that sold for $450 was our old couch. We've recently upgraded to a sectional. I don't know if you guys know, like that Costco sectional, the kind of like corduroy fabric type. It's so soft. It's so comfortable. I highly recommend it. Anyways, we got that couch so that it would make our living room just more comfortable to sit in. And this couch was a little bit more of a fancier, like sitting room couch. And yeah, it was just time to see it go. So it sold same day, $450, and that's awesome. Fun fact, before I go into the other things, we're trying to purchase some downhill full suspension mountain bikes. And I don't know if you guys mountain bike, but it is super expensive. Like we're talking a couple $1,000s for used bikes, which is just like mind blowing. But we want to get some quality equipment so that we are safe when we're there and that we're not ruining our bodies, because Jeff and I are no longer kids and our bodies get sore at the end of the day. All the cash and sales that we make off of Facebook right now, we are putting into our mountain bikes. Fun little fact. Okay, let's talk about what has changed and what I've been doing. I have a couple things. Number one, if you are not cross-listing, this is your like sign. This is your pivot. This is when you start doing it. You need to cross-list. You need to put your eggs in more baskets. Who knows what happens with Posh? Who knows what happens in the future with Posh or any platform, which is why you should not solely rely on one platform to resell on. If I didn't have the other platforms, I definitely would have lost out in $200 in sales in the last week. The dip in sales that I've been experiencing, those platforms are definitely helping to fill it. If you don't have a cross-listing software that you're using, I highly recommend Prime Lister. It's what I use. It's Canadian friendly. Vendoo and List Perfectly do not work on Canadian sites. And what I love most is that I have an inventory system. I rely on it. When an item sells on one platform, I go to my inventory system in Prime Lister and I find out which other platforms I have cross-listed it to, because I don't necessarily cross-list everything to every form. So that's why I think it's worth it. I have a code down below. You can get 1 week free and 30% off your first month. If you already use one, whatever. And if you want to try a different one, doesn't matter to me. This is the one I use. All right, the other thing that I've been doing in my business right now is raising my ASP. So I've been working on sourcing items that I think are going to sell for over $50. I do grab the odd item that will sell for under $50, and those are more, like I said, to attract people into my closet. But my general ASP, I want it to be over $50 now. And I find over the last 2 or 3 weeks since I've started to make this change, it's definitely helping with my sales. So I'm not selling a lot of items, but I'm able to source more desirable pieces. Now I am paying up for these items and sometimes paying up to $30 for them, but I'm seeing like $30 profit. So, I mean, ultimately my goal is to double or triple my investment with a minimum profit of $20 after cost of goods and fees. There are exceptions to it, but this is the changes that I'm making, and I can already see the impact that it's having on the items that are selling. And obviously having this video, like being able to say, I sold 23 things over $30. If I would have narrowed that down to 50, I think I still would have had a good chunk of items falling into that category. That is something I've been doing. The other thing is just being consistent, which I'm going to have a video coming out soon on that. I'm going to talk about the things and what consistency means to me and what types of things that you should be consistent doing. So stay tuned for that. I think that's it. That's like kind of the big things I've been doing. If you have anything else you want to add or changes that you've been making maybe through this slow period, drop them down below. I'd love to hear, what are you doing in your business? What's working for you? I know there's lots of people that are really struggling with sales right now. So I think if we have anything that we can help others with, let's share, let's grow together. Let's just be a good, positive community. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am wishing you many sales, and I will see you next time. Bye.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will